Now, how do you think your role as a mother and as a leader influences social change, especially in the area of family and societal levels?
Okay, I think there is an adage that says charity begins at home. And whatever anybody wants to do, especially mothers, you just have to imbibe um, a good relationship with your children, have a good relationship with your children, and you instill an empathy, responsibility to these kids and let them know that life is not the way it is. This will enable them to attain whatever level that they want to achieve in life. And as a mother, this role applies to you also, because whatever you are doing, the kids are watching, and that is what they can be able to leverage on. But now, as a mother that knows the responsibility at home, should be able to work our way out in a different way. That, okay, this is my family and this is what is happening to me at office or in a community that you find yourself.
Okay, so what you're simply saying is that your ability to instill the leadership traits,
Yes.
your ability to train your children to reach out to the community, just like you
yes, do, and lead by example,
has enabled you to be able to influence the society as well.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much. Now, what advice would you want to give to a mother or mothers watching you right now who aspire to make a global change, whether in business, social change, or in their community? Mothers are watching you, they are listening to you, and they know that you're a philanthropist, and they want to be who you are. They would like to do what you are doing. What advice would you want to give to them?
My advice to mothers is believe in yourself. When you believe in yourself, you'll be able to move mountain. Because especially, I'm using myself as an example. I believe in myself. I know that I can do it. That is why I'm doing it. I'm a mother of 4. To God be the glory. And I'm self-employed and a career woman. You'll be able to juggle both ways if you believe in yourself and you have the strength, because you have the strength of your family and the support. If your family supports you in whatever you are doing, you'll be able to move mountain within the space of your responsibility. So that is what I can say to that. Believe in yourself.
So mothers out there have to believe in themselves?
Yes. Know your strength.
If you have a dream, you have to go head on and pursue it.
Know your strength.
And achieve it within your strength. Mm-hmm. That's what you say?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, we cannot continue if I do not bring this in. Hajia Bola, you are a busy woman with your career spanning over 30 years. I know you hold a lot of responsibilities. Yeah. I want to ask you, how do you unwind? We are talking about self-care now. How do you unwind? What do you do to unwind?
Well, my friends knows me that I'm a very bubbly person, because when you finish from the day's work, the responsibility now is you are going home to make sure that you take the home responsibility. I don't joke with my family in my own space. I make sure that I have my family around me, and I party a lot with my friends, and I practice mindfulness and meditation. And apart from that one, I dance a lot. I listen to music and dance, and I do a lot of small exercise. I'm not an exercise freak, but I think I do a lot of exercise, maybe environment friendly, I can just take a walk round within the environment there and do some certain things. But most important thing is that I stay with my family. With my family is number one.
You stay with your family. You
Yeah.
spend time with your family because you are a family person.
Yeah.
You meditate a lot.
Yes.
You exercise.
Yes.
And you party.
Yes. So
We will take a short break. Mighty Mom returns shortly.
Are you in governance?
You need public speaking.
Are you in business?
You need public speaking.
Are you a professional?
You need public speaking.
Learn how to overcome nervousness and speak with confidence before any audience at the School of Eloquence, the home of public speaking.
Attend our practical and training one-on-one coaching with West Africa's only certified speaking professional in Lagos and Abuja.
Call 0802 3032 066. Log on to schoolofeloquence.org. School of Eloquence.
Teaching the world to speak.
Welcome back to the Mighty Moms on Achievement Channel. We still have a Mighty Mom in the studio with us today, Hajia Bola Muse. Hajia has shared some incredible lessons and insight on the journey of motherhood and, of course, on her career as a maritime professional. Now, let's move on to Moment of Connection, where we'll be hearing directly from some of our viewers. Goodness Abiola on X wrote, philanthropy requires a lot of financial resources and support. If you were not in the maritime field, would you still be a philanthropist? Again, on X, Faith Robinson wrote, I still struggle with self-care. I'm a mom of one toddler and my husband doesn't want a house help. How do I submit and still have time to take care of myself? Crafty questions. What are your thoughts, Hajia?
is everything still boiled down to yourself. Who are you? And what do you want for yourself?
Who are you answering now? Is it the
question?
If
yes.
you were, okay.
Yes, everything still boiled down to the question. I'm answering to the question now.
Okay.
So about the goodness.
Okay, Goodness is asking if you were a philanthropist.
Yes, that's it. If she said
you were
not a
in the
maritime
industry, will you still be a philanthropist?
Sure, I will, because being a philanthropist is a passion. It's a matter of mind. It doesn't have anything to do with your work ability. So it's a passion. I will still be there because I believe that Almighty God has given me the strength to be able to assist the needy. What stops me? Even if I'm a cake bean seller on the street, the little one I have, I will still use it to assist the needy. I will still be there. I will still do that.
So philanthropy has nothing to do with your career. It's the ability to give when
it's the passion.
Necessary.
Yeah.
You must have the passion to
give.
Thank you. Then the
second one, she says she's a mother of toddler.
Her husband doesn't want
her house help. Yeah. Maybe what she should do is she should first of all understand herself. What does she want? Because if your husband do not want you to get an house help and you're a mother of one, you have a long way to go. All men want a concentration on their child, but it's left to you. Thank God to AI now. Everything is easy. You can do a lot of things online without stepping out of anywhere to take care of the home front. So you can do a lot of business online. Think of what you do. Know your strengths. You don't need to go out to do a lot of things. So when you go out there, when you are inside the house, find a computer, go online, check for a lot of things to do on your own, do some research, and you'll be able to take care of the child. When the child, especially maybe when the child is reach the age of going to school, when the child is in the school, you can be able to do 1 or 2 things at home, maybe online, business wise. You do some business for yourself when you are still at home. Do some homework as you are still doing. You know, women are multitask. There's nothing women cannot do at one go. So while you are still online focusing on your business, you can be doing some house chores and everything like that,
and taking care of your baby and your family
before the
at
baby
same time.
comes back from school. Even if it's at home, if the baby has not even reached the age of going to school, she can still do that because the baby will sleep, he will take a nap, and you do a lot of things within that period so that you'll be able to manage and you please everybody. You please yourself, you please your husband, and you please your child. Women are multitask. There's nothing women cannot
So
do.
a mother has no excuse.
No
If you
excuse.
have a dream,
A dream.
if you aspire
Yeah.
to be a career
Just
person,
follow your dream.
As a mother,
and
you
to
can
be-
still.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Haja, thank you so much for taking us through your journey.
Thank you.
Your story has been so inspiring, and I'm sure our viewers out there have also learned 1 or 2 things. Your story has truly shown us that as mothers, we can lead powerful and positive role to change the narrative, even in the maritime industry, which to so many may seem so daunting. Thank you so much. We wish we could continue.
And the
having-
woman should be able to inspire others. Woman
okay.
should
Inspire
others. Because as you move in, you have to make sure that you
You
move other
motivate
people.
another
You motivate other
person.
people.
So as a leader and
Yeah.
as a mother,
Yeah.
you must have the ability to inspire,
Inspire
to
or
mentor,
mentor
and
or
lead
lead
others.
others.
Thank you so much. So you don't climb the ladder alone.
Alone, no.
You allow the ladder
To
for
be-
others,
for others to climb.
Okay. Thank you so
Just
much.
like as I'm doing in my community.
In your community. Thank you so much for your inspiration.
Thank you.
We would have continued, but this is where we call it a wrap. Thank you so much for
Thank
being in the
you.
studio with us.
Thank
God
you.
bless you.
Thank you for having me, and thank you. God bless Achievement Channel
Yes.
and Mighty Mom.
A mighty moms,
Thank
because
you.
you are a mighty mom.
Imagine stepping into a world where every breath refreshes your spirit. Our premium diffusers transform any space into a sanctuary using only natural, non-toxic ingredients. With quality absorbent reeds, they deliver long-lasting, soothing scents that eliminate unpleasant odors, promote relaxation, reduce stress, and enhance your mood. Choose from tropical mango to a refreshing mountain breeze. Elevate your environment and discover a non-toxic way to improve the air you breathe. With Christian Creations, your home becomes a personal escape to paradise. Experience the freshness today.
For our viewers, I hope today's conversation reminds you of your own potential to make an impact, no matter where you are or what field you are in. Thank you, everyone, for joining us today on Mighty Moms. Stay tuned for our next episode, where we continue to celebrate mothers who are making waves in their communities and beyond. Until then, keep dreaming, keep striving, and remember, you have the power to lead change. I'm Sarah Roberts. See you next time.
A new day dawns, full of possibilities. Take the first step towards your dreams. Empower your mind with positive thoughts. Achieve more. make a difference in someone's life today. Impossibility is nothing.
Hello and welcome to another insightful episode of Career Success, the show dedicated to equipping you with the knowledge and inspiration to excel in your professional life. My name is Sunday Iwulebi, your host, and you're tuned in to the Achievement Channel, Nigeria's first 100% motivational TV station, broadcasting live from the School of Eloquence here in Ikoyi, Lagos, Nigeria. Get ready to be inspired today. We have the privilege of welcoming Mr. John Ewodahi, a true veteran of the Nigerian economic landscape. From his early days as a chartered accountant to setting up financial systems for a pioneering bank and culminating in his impactful leadership at the Institute of Chartered Accountants of Nigeria. John's journey is a masterclass in career evolution. He is now a senior partner and CEO. His expertise continues to shape businesses and the public sector. Please give a warm welcome to John. Welcome to Achievement Channel, Mr. John.
Thank you very much, Sunday.
It's been
nice
a pleasure
to be with you guys here today.
Yeah, all right. Thank you very much. Yeah. So I see your career started with a very strong foundation in accounting, beginning from the Institute of Management and Technology, Enugu. Yes. How has this foundation shaped your success trajectory?
Well, thank you very much for that question. IMT is an institution that really shaped us in the field of accounting. It gave me a mindset that gave me the ability to be able to, have a structured mind. When you are looking at anything, you have structure. You kind of be organized more, and then you now have ethical values that are brought in to those activities that surround you. And then you now also have critical and analytical way of thinking. These are the type of things that we were taught. And so wherever we find ourselves in every profession, you kind of look at everything in an organized format. You structure whatever the situation is. You also look at whether it's ethical, whether they are right, the values that you bring into them. And also, you have to have an analytical mind so that whatever anybody is telling you, you're kind of looking at it from a point of view of looking at it, whether the story adds up. Where there is a gap, you easily find that out, especially when you are looking at things in that manner. Also, it's taught us about discipline. In the accounting profession, you just have to be disciplined. And that means you have to be focused on what you are doing, because accounting sometimes bring out or demands pressure. There are tight deadlines that you have to fulfill. Maybe at the end of the month, you want to prepare the report for that particular end of the month. And in these days, the end of the month is 30th of the month. And you have to bring out your report maybe the first day of the next month and to be able to report on it. That means that you have to work very tightrope to be able to get that. Or if you are doing maybe an audit for a client that needs his accounts, there are some organizations that the regulation demands that they must produce their financials at a particular time. maybe 3 months after the end of year. And this might be very large organizations that will take time to gather all this information. If you are not disciplined, if you are not well structured, and you do not work hard enough, you might not be able to meet that deadline. So those are the type of things that IMT gave us while we were training as accountants.
Oh, great. So this structured thinking, analytical thinking, and discipline must have been really rewarding, because it has moved you from various sectors. You have moved from accounting, you have delved into oil and gas, you have also delved into banking, even culminating into the setting up of the financial systems for Magnum Trust Bank.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So what key principles have guided you in navigating different sectors? Because it's not enough to be disciplined, to have analytical thinking, to have structured thinking. There must have been some things that guided you in your navigation of several sectors.
Yes, in the accounting profession, you have some guiding principles that enable you to do your job. One of these principles is integrity. It's very important. You have to have integrity in whatsoever you're doing. Because whatever you're going to report, don't forget it's not yours, but you are going to bring out. Some people will rely on that information. Maybe the financial statements you have produced or the reports you are producing. People rely on those documents to be able to make decisions. You have to have integrity when you are preparing them. You also have to be objective about what you are doing, because you don't allow bias, to come into play when you are doing your job. And that's why we have guiding principles in those ones. Like, you are an auditor to a company, you are required not to hold shares in those companies. Because as you look at them, being a human being, when you are trying to audit the work of that, if you own some part of that company,
conflict of interest,
definitely, yes, there will be conflict of interest, because you are going to look at it beyond what you are supposed to do because of your interest in that. So you have to be objective. You also have to have professional competence. Now, what is professional competence? Means that you have to know the job, and you have to be able, you don't do jobs that you are not well trained for. So you don't dabble into things when you are doing the accounting for or the audit for an organization. You might come across certain transactions that you are not trained for. For instance, you want to value a property, a company that has a building or land, and they are telling you this is the value. You don't have the competence, so you might have to rely on experts like estate valuers and surveyors to be able to give you that type of thing. If there is a case that is ongoing, there's an issue that is ongoing, and they are saying, you are trying to determine the liability of the company. You are not a lawyer. So you might have to rely on a lawyer to say, look, how far is this case going? What is our exposure? And so that you can bring it in. So you have to have professional competence, know what you are doing, but don't do what you are not trained to do. And then you have to be diligent in your work. That means you have to do the job the way it's supposed to be done. Yeah, you are not supposed to go outside of your brief. And accounting has different aspects. You have, accounting, you have taxation, you have advisory services. So if you have been asked to go and do an audit, you concentrate your effort in doing your audit. You don't go and dabble into the taxation aspect of that, So, and of course, as a professional, you have to have professional behavior. There are standards. You have to carry yourself as a professional, because that's what anybody that sees outside will place reliance on to say this man is an expert. You can't go there and begin to run down by your behavior, and they say, oh, I thought this man said he's a chartered accountant. and look at how he's behaving in public. You know, so all of this type of thing bring trust, bring confidence in people that want to deal with you. Accountability is another aspect. You have to be accountable in whatever you are doing. And being accountable means that, in fact, we say you have to have accuracy and integrity. This is our motto in ICANN. You must be correct. So if you say 2 plus 2 is equal to 4, you must be sure. So that is 2 plus 2 is equal to 4. You have to be accountable and responsible. You know, all of these things. Independence is another aspect. You have to be independent, especially when you are carrying out an audit. And that means you have to move yourself away from the inside. So you don't allow internal influence or external influence to, you know, make, and your independence is not just to be seen. I mean, it's not just a thing of your mind. Okay, I know I'm doing this thing. It has to be seen. Yeah. So these are some of the guiding principles that shaped us. Yes, to
several sectors.
Yes,
so these distinctive habitual characters of integrity, objectivity, professional competence, independence, and all of. So now you have been able to use these ingredients of success to not just crisscross different sectors.
Yes.
You have now transitioned into consulting, offering management and accounting solutions before you now join the prestigious Institute of Chartered Accountants of Nigeria as registrar.
Yes.
Wow.
We moved from directorship to registrar.
Yeah, that's significant. That's significant. We're not accountants, but then we know that ICANN is really a prestigious institution. So you rose to the rank of registrar, and then being part of the team or leading the process that churned up innovations such as on-screen marking.
Yes.
Tell us something about that. Our viewers at home would like to draw some values and virtues.
Well, you know, your experience builds up as you go along. You have your basic training, which is more of academic, and then you have your practical training also, which makes you have a hands-on. And then after that, you now begin to build on your experience. And as you go along different organizations or different institutions, you begin to garner more experience. Like me, I did work in 2 practicing firms. So that gave me a wide scope. And even in that, you had different clients. So it even gives you wider experience. And then I went to Texaco, I went to the banking sector, I went to Commerce Bank, I went to Magna Trust Bank. With all of those experiences, we were able to build accounting system for them. So when I now came into ICANN, I also had the privilege of working in different departments as director. I was director in the faculties. I was the director in the membership affairs. And in those places, we had responsibility for addressing members' needs and issues, and also training. We had the continuing training programs for our members. We also provided support for practicing firms. So all of this gave me more experience and ideas of what is happening. And then we now transition from that to the examination department. In ICANN, we had two types of examination. We have the professional examination, and we have the accounting technician, which is a lower grade for them. But I was the director, so I superintended over both. And in the process, it was more of manual and physical processes that we had then. We had to bring people from all over the country to a point where they would be able to set the questions. And then after that, we have to bring some other people to review the questions they have set and put them in what we call our bank. And then when the time for examination comes, only about 2 or 3 people are able to access the bank and bring out and select the questions that will be set. Examination is a very very critical aspect of ICANN. Nobody jokes with it. So you don't have any leakage. because just about 2 or 3 people get to see the thing before it is administered to the students to write. And after that, we still bring in thousands of people to come and grade and mark the scripts physically. And so facility-wise, it was a big strain because there's no hotel that can give us 1,000 rooms,
Yes,
you know,
for
as
the
a
numbers,
goal.
yeah.
So you have to break them down, and this takes us weeks to be able to do all of this. So with all those challenges and the accountant in us, we now transition to on-screen marking, whereby we have to set our questions, you know, offline. You submit them to us in soft copies, we process them, and we administer the examination physically. But when we are going to grade the script, we no longer bring these people to a central place. They sit in the comfort of their homes, and these scripts are transmitted to them through the cloud. They mark the scripts, and then it just becomes so easy because human errors are
minimal, eliminated.
Yes, almost 100% eliminated.
What a transformative innovation. On this note, we have to go on a commercial break. When we return, we will be getting strategies from our guests on how boarding professionals can rise from the scratch to the summit of their careers. Stay tuned.
My name is Roma Daniels. This is Achievement Channel. Please keep watching Achievement Channel, the first and only motivational channel in the country. Thanks, man.
My name is Mrs. Imelda Ahuno Suji. You can call me Madam Modesty. Please keep watching Achievement Channel.
At the School of Eloquence, our primary focus is on the art of public speaking because it's a major problem. And public speaking, we must understand, is the raw art of speaker to audience oral communication.
I got a lot more than I actually expected. I have the few years I used to have.
The more you speak, the better you are with speaking. School of Eloquence is the place you can be, and there's a turnaround. That change you are expecting, you get it there.
Welcome back. So a lot of our viewers are boarding professionals who are looking to move to maximize their potentials, if you like. So what are the defining strategies that you can share that some of them can adopt on their way up?
Okay. Well, you know, if you take accounting, for instance, there are different stages. They are what we call the bookkeeping stage, where you write the books and prepare the accounts to a certain point. But that is not. That's what people think accountants do, really. But beyond that, when you say you are an accountant, you go beyond that, and you have to transition from just writing books and keeping books to one of, say, a problem solver. All right. So, for you to be a problem solver, it means you've built enough experience to be to enable you look at some issues, analyze them, find out the root causes if there are some challenges are there, and not just that, you also have to provide solution. So you are not going to be looking at just figures and accounting issues. You are going to be looking at more of the business concepts and what is presented before you, and that is where you have to upskill your skills. One of the ways to upskill your skills is that you have to, you know, improve your business knowledge. Now, business knowledge is wide. For instance, you might be dealing with a production person who is just a technical person in terms of production. You are an accountant, you are not a production person. But the figures that come from there, you are able to analyze and say, this is the impact of your activity from production to the whole organization. The marketing man is there and saying, oh, I have to do this, I have to do advertising, I have to do PR, or I have to go around. but at the end of the day, the figures that he's bringing in tell the story and shows the impact on the organization. So you can explain to that sales and marketing executive that this is the impact that your actions will have on the organization. So you have to upscale your business knowledge for you to be able to interact with people inside and outside. And of course, your end products are being used by people outside, like investors and regulators. They also have to be able to, you have to understand their needs for you to be able to do that. You also have to sharpen your skills. You know, in this age and time, you need a lot of analytical skills. For you, like I said, when a situation is presented before you, you have to have an analytical mind to say, what is this? And then you begin to, analyze it, and then you begin to find out whether there are issues and the effects of all of these issues, and then so you have to upscale your skills. You have to master modern tools because there are a lot of tools that can enable you, look at figures. Some figures are in millions, depending on the type of organization you have. With these big organizations, their database might be, in millions. For you take a bank like First Bank, their shareholders might be in millions. Their customers are in millions. The transactions that transact every day are in millions. And so you cannot do that by just taking their books and looking at it. So you have to have analytical tools that can enable you sift into and query this and bring out some issues that you want to address. Okay, and of course, again, you also have to be able to use a kind of what if situation analysis. You have an organization, they want to buy a plant, you want to know whether is it better we lease this plant, is it better for us to buy this plant, is it better for us to make this plant if we have the capability, and so on and so forth. What are the effects of this on this organization? So you have to have all these skills and you have to continuously improve in them.
It is evident from your story and that success is contagious. And here on Achievement Channel, we indeed believe that success is contagious because the secret of great men are in their stories.
Yes.
Now, as CEO of IE Consulting and then senior partner at Irabo Egudayi, you have been rendering solutions to organizations, to big corporates. How can our viewers who are watching right now, what value can people derive from deploying accumulated knowledge in the later part of one's career to continue to add value to both oneself and society?
Well, as you grow more into your profession, you get older, you have more experience, a repertoire of experiences to share. And so a way of, I would say, giving back or even keeping yourself improved, is by mentoring. You could become a mentor to the younger ones. So when you have people who are working, as you grow up, maybe from an officer, you are now a director, you have a lot of managers under you. Now, the way they'll see a problem is different from the way you see it because of your experience. So you begin to mentor them, you begin to teach them, or how to do these things. Another way of doing that is you become more of an advisor to organizations, even to chief executives and people at certain levels, because they rely on, they assume or they know that you have this knowledge, historical knowledge, a repertoire of experience. So when there are issues, they can come to you and you begin to give them some of these advice, And sometimes you are now appointed to boards of organizations. And when you are appointed to board of organizations, you're appointed because of your knowledge and skills and experience to bring to bear in helping the organization. You are not in full management, but you can see what the management is doing when they prepare their report, maybe on monthly basis, and you have board meetings. So when issues come up, you might have come across such issues, and you bring to bear your experience in those areas to be able to help the management or whoever to make that decisions. Also, you can also begin to put down your thoughts, either by writing, writing books, writing articles. You could also be engaged in speaking, and like what I'm doing right now, and speaking to people, and potentially some young people will listen and then see how they can grow. Some experienced people will see and they begin to take. So these are some of the ways from which you can really give back and help others to be able to achieve and also sustain yourself.
Sustainability.
The more you share,
sustainability is key. So you see, while we are at the Achievement Channel here, while we're interrogating your story, your background, because we indeed actually interrogate the stories of our guests. I noticed that you have been engaging in continuous learning by, I see your participation in various international institutes. Even though you're a veteran, what came to my mind is there must be a secret behind these going for continuous learning program and various international organizations. So what is the secret? What can we take home from that?
Continuous learning is invaluable. It's not negotiable if you want to remain at the cutting edge. And actually, in the accounting profession worldwide, continuous learning is a mandatory criteria for you to continue to maintain your membership. So if, as a member of ICANN, and I want to retain my membership and say I'm a chartered accountant, I must attend some courses or training programs. And I think the minimum now is 40 credit hours every year. So broken down into structured trainings and unstructured. When you say structured, it could be that you are going to learn a particular, maybe there's a new standard that has come out and they are going to, span 2-3 days. It could be unstructured, like we have an annual dinner. But even in these dinners, somebody will still give a speech and things like that.
Come up.
The good thing about learning, continuous learning, is becoming easier. In those days, like you said, we have to travel far and wide to be able to access this training. Because as the world became a global village, you found that you have to deal with international people, and you still have to, so you have to understand what they are doing by interacting and going over there. But good thing now with technology and all that, you have various training that can be done online, online training. So you have a repertoire of avenues from which you can get your training done. So it's not negotiable. It's very critical to maintain your membership. And anybody that does not do it, I'll tell you, one, because of technological advancement, you'll find a technology that comes out today that enables you to do your job, and by tomorrow, it's no longer relevant. There was a time we were using just calculators, and even those calculators had limits. I remember when I was training, the first time we started seeing billion, the calculator could not take billion because there was the transactions there. The biggest transaction, I think, at Jakarta Steel Company was like 5 billion naira.
And then your calculator went off.
So the calculator, so we would do the millions and then add it to the billion, which is. But now, even your phone, you can do trillions of transactions. So you see, the technology advances. So we moved from all of that. We went into computers, then laptops, and then desktops. Now we can even use phones and so on. So you have to continuously learn because technological advancement. There are new regulations that come out For instance, now we are talking about tax reforms.
Yeah.
And it's going to cut across. So whatever you knew about tax before, there is a new one. And these tax reforms come out every year with the Finance Act and the laws that are coming on. So you have to know that, not only know that, but you have to continuously. Regulators come out with even standards, international standards also play a key role in our doing our jobs. And so you have to be able to be at the cutting edge of these ones. And also, your skills that you require does not last long anymore. Even if you're an employee, you know, you can't say, oh, I went to school and I studied accounting and I'm a chartered accountant and now I'm working here, so I don't need to upskill myself. Very soon you find that you cannot even do the job anymore because the expectations of even the employers and the owners of the business also change. Regulators change. So you can see that
dynamic age, and so you have to dynamize, otherwise you run out of business. So it's very clear that if you do not update your thoughts, you stand the risk of getting outdated.
Of course.
But there's the catchphrase you used. Okay. Continuous learning.
Yes.
Is invaluable. It's non-negotiable. I can assure you that we'll make that a vignette here on Achievement Channel. Okay. But then you have said a lot. So even your life story itself is a compilation of pieces of advice that one can use to navigate to the pinnacle of one's career. But even in strategies, in secrets, there are hierarchies. What is the most impactful piece you would like to leave our viewers with?
Well, the first thing I want to say to anybody is that you have to master your craft. You must master your craft, otherwise you cannot go anywhere. And how do you master your craft? You have to know it theoretically, practically, continuous learning. You must believe in yourself and don't let anyone define your success, your success goals. It is you that know what you want to do, but you have to determine how you want to achieve. You set that goal for yourself, and then you continuously train yourself. These are the basic things, key things that anybody who wants to be successful in his career will have to do to maintain that advantage.
Thank you very much. I must say it has been very impactful having our time with you, and our viewers at home must have appreciated this session. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Sunday, and thank you for everything. And I'm so glad for achievement. I wish you well.
All right. Thank you so much. This brings us to the close of another empowering episode of Career Success. Today, we've had the privilege of drawing from the vast experience and insightful perspectives of John, whose journey exemplifies adaptability, leadership, and a continuous commitment to growth. We hope his story inspires you to approach your own career with strategic intent and a focus on making a meaningful impact. Let's keep this conversation going. Follow at Achievement Channel on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube for more career-enhancing content, expert interviews, and success stories. Use the hashtag We See Possibilities to share your career aspirations and connect with our community. Remember to stay driven, remain focused, and always see the possibilities on the Achievement Channel.
A new day dawns, full of possibilities. Take the first step towards your dreams. Empower your mind with positive thoughts. Achieve more. Make a difference in someone's life today. Impossibility is nothing.
We wear the khaki, but we carry more than